Why hello there my Tanukers. If you like watching fighting games even a little bit, then you've probably seen some of Maximilian Dood, quite the inspirational content creator. And I got some matches in with him in Soulcalibur 6. So this first one here, I got into his lobby, and I get kicked after this one, probably because the experience gap is too big, and it's just not conducive to learning a new character, because keep in mind, this is recorded just a couple of days after Haohmaru got released. And so, Maximilian normally plays Siegfried. I know he's a Siegfried main. So I'd like to fight a Siegfried eventually. But he just plays Haohmaru here because he's new, and this first match I play my Aster off because I have to show off in front of 8,000 people. I have to show off my Aster off. No regrets about that. So I pretty much just get this win super easily just because of a lack of matchup knowledge. But after this, he goes into ranked matchmaking, and I get some matches with him there, and it's a mirror match. So after this, it's Haohmaru mirror matches, which are a lot less one-sided, predictably. He did manage to Kimmy out of that pretty quickly, though, after the first unblockable setup, which is nice. I would much rather err on the side of overdoing things than underestimating my opponent, so I had to go all out here. Just this once! Because I would not forgive myself if I got on here and then I got wrecked because of me just having my guard lowered. Anyways, Astaroth's Critical Edge is actually a really good option to punish Haohmaru's B plus K, because even if he cancels the recoil into his deflect, you can grab him out of deflect. It doesn't deflect grabs like a normal GI would. Just had to throw out that anti-Haohmaru Asta tech. Since Astaroth's Critical Edge is normally not that great, that's a use for it. Okay, so now we are on to the Haohmaru mirror matches, and I have to say it that way. It's impossible to say Haohmaru normally, because that's how they say it in Sam Show. By the way, Project Soul did a great job with Haohmaru here. The way they kept his moves from Sam Show, while also giving him new moves to make him feel like a legit Soulcalibur character, it's great. I'll elaborate more on it later, because I'm actually planning on doing a Haohmaru video guide sometime soon, so be on the lookout for that. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe so you can see that as soon as I post it. So, Haohmaru mirror match. I'm just going to say how from now on, so I don't have to, so I'm not tempted to saying Maru, Haohmaru. So Hao mirror match number 1. We both open with projectile here at the same exact time, but somehow his beats mine. Whatevs. So I'm definitely getting my bearings here on this first one. He wins this first match because I'm trying to actually learn my opponent here, since I really didn't have to do that as Astaroth. So I'm really trying to get the feel for my opponent here and just shake off the nerves and catch on to the fact that I don't need to GI so much, because normally most of the opponents I fight in Soulcalibur, they're so manic and they have such a neurotic playstyle and they're so super aggro, but Maximilian Dood here is playing much more methodically than what I'm used to, so I really don't need to throw out many GIs, at least don't need to throw out as many GIs as I normally do. And something that I realized after reviewing this footage, I, for some reason, never use 6B into stance, which is one of Hao's best moves. And I used it a bunch before, so I guess I just forgot in this case. Because at this point in time, I had done 2 Haohmaru live streams, which coincidentally is the same amount of live streams Maximilian Dood had under his belt with Hao. And I had definitely recognized how good his 6B into stance is, because I used it a bunch, but for some reason when I fight Max here, I did not. So I guess I just forgot I had it. But anyways, I actually managed to hit him quite a lot with the Soul Charged projectile, because the Soul Charged projectile is wider than it normally is, so you cannot sidestep his Soul Charged projectile. So I should have definitely been pushing that. I should have been exploiting that more. And the 4-4K pays off there, but I use it way too much, because I'm still learning the ranges of the moves, and I for some reason keep overestimating the range of 4-4K, so I use it too much, or at least misjudge the distance on it quite a bit. Okay, so he takes match 1. So now we are on to Haohmaru match number 2. And you'll see the antics start to escalate quite a lot, because Haohmaru can play so many mind games between his recoil cancel into deflect, and his blade catch, and his cancelable unblockable. Mind games are a big part of Samurai Showdown, and they definitely translated that into here. He's such a fun character. He's such a hype character. Hype is just baked into his moveset because of those things I just mentioned. It's great.
A merchant ship replete with witches attracts more chaos than customers.
That is a different spitting sound. So I start to play more methodically here to sort of respond in kind. And I get a blade catch there. That's always really hype. Instead of just throwing out these blade catches randomly, what I'm trying to do is I throw out a lot of projectiles, and when I condition him into sidestepping the projectiles, I bait for a whiff punish, and then I try to blade catch the whiff punish, the attempted whiff punish. That's the mindset behind it, at least. Pays off sometimes. I should have been doing something else to punish that, because I don't think he knows about canceling the recoil into deflect, so I shouldn't have been acting as if he did until I saw it. So I should have actually been trying to punish the blocked B+K. That combo right there is actually really easy to do offline, but online the window becomes actually kind of strict, so you'll see that combo dropped a few times, or just exchanged for something less optimal but easier to do online. But speaking of online, the connection here was actually really good, which is nice, because the netcode in Soulcalibur is not that great, but this was actually a pretty good match in terms of connectivity. Probably because Maximilian Dood's internet is amazing. But I'm pretty sure he lives in California, which is not very close to where I am. And we still had a pretty good match, which is, like I said, pretty nice. Because I did not know what to expect in terms of the connection. So there was a less optimal follow-up. And he rings me out here. 3-0'd, wow. I win this next match, I promise. And I think this is where I start to try to condition him into disrespecting my unblockable. I start doing the unblockable cancel so I can start conditioning him to lower his guard when he sees it. So that way I can start hitting him with the unblockables. Maybe it's just because I always play grapplers, but I have a very conditioning-focused play style. And so I try to do that with whatever character I play. And yes, that is a salmon in my hair. Yeah, so I'm trying to condition him into me canceling it. So he doesn't just react defensively to it. Nice. And pretty sure that was a misinput there, even though that move is pretty good. His spot dodge into a break attack counter hit. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. If you successfully dodge something with it. And I actually did try to cancel into deflect there, but he grabbed me, so even if my deflect came out in time, he can still grab me through it. Even though I'm not sure if that's why he did the grab. I don't know if he was expecting the deflect, which is why he grabbed me, but either way, it would have grabbed through the deflect. I should have been pushing him a bit more to see if he knew that. That blade catch was a little off. I was expecting the attack to come out a little faster. Not my attack, but his attack. Is he ringing out here again? Wow. I should have been able to react to that. I should have caught that. And I get to abuse the armor on that B+K to take the match. Pretty exciting way to wrap up the match. Pretty sure that threw him off guard as well. So now we are on to the last match. I wish I could have played more with him, but obviously I would say that no matter how many matches I get, it's always one more, just one more. That's how fighting games are. But I definitely would like to fight his Siegfried eventually. I don't know when he's going to be back on Soulcalibur, though. Probably not anytime soon with the Resident Evil 3 remake coming out soon and the Final Fantasy VII remake. But I've just been wanting to play any sort of fighting game with him for a while now. So I'm glad I got to fight him, and to boot, it's on my main game. Soulcalibur 6, obviously. My main fighting game. So you'll start to see that conditioning pay off. Because I managed to hit him with some unblockables. I don't know why I did the blade catch there, but I got it anyway. Let's just say it was intentional bait. And there you go. That's the conditioning paying off. And once again. Although that was more of just a solid whiff punish. That unblockable is pretty fast, though. I remember I tried to get out of that stance, but I was a little slow in doing it. Nice, another blade catch. That's never going to get old. Does he hit me with this? No, he doesn't. And he had no HP there. All I had to do after that guard break was to just hit him with anything. Anything, and I would have won there. But I go for a B plus K, and B plus K is actually not fast enough to hit him after a guard break. So you better believe I'm never making that mistake again. And I threw the round because of it, and I actually wind up throwing the entire match because of it. So yeah, duly noted, B plus K is not fast enough to hit after a guard break. But maybe I threw the match on purpose so I could get more rounds with him. I was just talking about wishing I could play more against him. Maybe it was on purpose, who knows? I bet Haohmaru's fastest move would be A slide B. At least, that would have definitely been fast enough to hit him after the guard break. So that's probably going to be my go-to if I just need to take off a little bit of HP. Anyways, I'm starting to feel the pressure here, and I go for the 2A, but I just barely whiff it because I'm not familiar enough with the range, and he takes the solid comeback after I threw the match. So those are a pretty solid set of Haohmaru mirror matches, especially considering this is only a couple days after he's been out, and we're already starting to do some pretty cool stuff with him. So anyways, GG's, dude. I'm glad I finally got to fight him, and I will see you Tanukers later. So, bye for now.